Something that is happening is related to the green and digital transition. Not green like nature, but green technology, something which makes a little bit better regarding energy, sustainability, and things like that, green technology. Most of you are aware of the term, and there are different examples of green technologies in different areas, different materials, and different innovations. So that's more well known. What is less well known is the digital transition. So how is the digital transition involved in the green and digital transition? And it's green and digital, not green or digital. So these should be combined. And digital can include many things, but if we go back to the source of activity, of the origin, then digital is about data, which is shared in different ways for some reasons. Sharing data in a controlled way is done by digitalization. You cannot have information on paper and then you distribute this and agree on what you should do between the different steps of some things. You need some digital, then it will be more efficient. This is quite obvious. And then you set up some system, and if you want to have this safe, secure, transparent, trustable, all those things, then you need to add on things to the digital. And this is where things like blockchain and other things are coming in. They are ways how to secure that you do the things in the right way. And in addition, you can add that there is information that this data which is used actually comes from the right source. It's not made up data or other things which makes it difficult to judge the source of it and how to trust this data. There are ways how to ensure that this data is trustable. So then you have sharing data, digitalization, blockchain. And when you make these things, the data will be valuable for someone. And when something is valuable for someone, they can pay for it. It has a value. Meaning that there's a value of knowing things along the way. And if we look into this in a bigger picture, then this is a way how to control things so something moves from the beginning to the end, which is a product which is used by consumers on the market or things like that. The green technology which we are talking about, it's used somewhere, it needs to be a part of a chain, and at the end it's used somewhere. Like in silicon carbide, and there we have wafer material, there is thin film processing and other processing, and then it's a device, and then it's put in a system, and this system may be in the electric car. So when we buy the electric car, silicon carbide is a part of the whole chain. And in between these steps, we should share data and information so the whole chain is optimized. Otherwise, the car will be more expensive. It will be responsible for more CO2 emission because there were some things which were misaligned between the different steps and so on. So that is a part of the digitalization. And when you make this optimization in a digital domain, then you're actually having a transition to better situation than before. And when you combine the technology and digitalization, then you actually do something which is relevant for the green and digital transition. And this happens now a lot, and we are not thinking about it, but it's a part of the EU strategies and other strategies to make things green, digital, and then more efficient and more used. So whatever you do in the future, you will be related to some of these things. Maybe you don't realize it, maybe you do realize it, but now you understand a little bit more about that. And if you're part of research and innovation about the new green technologies, then you should think about these things, because you cannot develop something and then try to adapt to optimize the whole thing together. You need to think about these things already now. You don't need to do it, but you need to think about it, because in some of the steps, when you do something, maybe you decide that this is better than this, because this will fit into the green and digital transition in a better way. Försvinn.